Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a fun episode. We're going to be building some rock sliders for the truck. There's very few components to it. There's some 40 by 80 mil box, some tube, this is a bit of random metal, this is some 6 mil plate I'm going to use to hang this off the outriggers on the truck. I'll show you as I build it. It's really simple to do these. I've got some other pieces of metal in the workshop that I may, instead of using this, because I think that's going to be too thin for the weight of these. But first thing that I need to do is start doing some measuring. Now, these are going to be bolt-on rock sliders for the simple reason I've got a galvanizing chassis and I can't weld to it. Well, not easily, and there's no point. There's already a hole in these where it's had side steps before, so I'm literally going to put a piece of flat plate in, what hangs down, the bar will come off that, the outer plate will go on there, and then there'll be a tube. So don't look at how rusty my cells are, they actually need repainting. And the same at the back. So they're not massive because it's only a 2-door truck. Let me get up off the floor. So they're going to be under 1500 mil long, and I'm going to try to make them as light as possible. So I've probably actually got too much metal here. Well, these centre sections are 1500 mil long. These are 2 meters because I'm going to lose quite a bit when I bend them, because I've only got this bender. I don't have a decent bender, guys. I've borrowed this one from Jim up at the farm. I used it to bend the side rails, and we used to have one of these in the past. They work really well, but it would be lovely to have a hydraulic bender, but just haven't got the space or the money. So first things first, let's get some measurements. Now, like I was just saying, I think these are sub 1500 mil. Let's go from that corner to the front. That's 1500. So actually, those are perfect at 1500. We just need to cut a taper angle so that it sort of follows that line, and I'm just going to finish them somewhere there. So that box section is almost spot on, so we'll get the taper angle cut in the front. What do we want, like a 20 degree angle or something? So we'll cut them first. A lot of this we can do without it actually being on the vehicle, so I'm just going to, there's going to be no hard and fast measurements to this. It's going to be what looks aesthetically pleasing to me. So 45 is going to be too steep. Way too steep, that is. So yeah, 45 is going to be way too steep, so we want let's go, come back 1 centimetre. What angle is that going to look like? That's not enough. It's going to be that's, let's do 1.5. So top edge to that. Yeah, that'll do. That's going to be my angle for the cut at the front. And I want the same on the other side. So the joy about building something is you've built it and you can build it how you want. If you haven't got any measurements for it, don't worry about it, guys. Make it up as you go along. That's pretty much how I do everything. I make pretty much everything up as I go along. So that's an off cut, that's an off cut. Let's get them cut off first. Get the bandsaw out. We decided today that rock sliders like this, or side steps, are the most important thing to put on your truck. Especially if you take your truck to a supermarket. You know when people dink your car with the door when they open too close and like leaving car park dinks? Well, these just smash their doors to pieces. So these are a must if you've got a truck and you hate people in little cars in car parks. So probably the only reason I'm putting them on. But let's get this cut. Now according to the saw, this is a 28-degree cut, and I'll believe the saw. You need to plug the saw in, that would help. I can get that a bit tighter than that. I thought I'd tightened it up, but obviously I didn't. That should have it. And now we wait for a while. Probably could have got away with a 27-degree cut, but close enough. Lovely. I'm glad I'm indoors. Don't want to be doing the blue sky work outside, do you? Oh, my metal's getting wet now. While I was waiting for that other bar to cut, I had to go with the pipe bender. It bends pipe, but it leaves dents in it. So, no, what I can do about that, I'll have to live with the dents. I'll just cut this piece to see what it would look like, and that doesn't look too bad. So, we'll bend the other piece in a minute. Well, that gives me roughly the desired look. Pity about the dents either end from the rollers, but cheap pipe bender. It is what it is. But at least Karen will be able to get in and out the truck now. So might actually move those lower down as well, so that it works better as a step. Or do I keep them in the middle? Probably in the middle. And then I'm just going to put a piece somewhere here in the centre. Maybe even put a piece of flat bar in the centre, because I also haven't got one of the things that cuts the rounds in these pipes. It literally is Heath Robinson building today, guys. We're going to use what we've got. So that'll do. I'm happy with that. Right, let's bend this piece. So this pipe bender is, what should we say, rudimental. Is rudimental the right word? Primitive. But like I said, it's what we've got, and it was good enough for Jim to lend it me. So it's what we're going to be using. It gets the job done, we can say that. But it is just a 16-ton hydraulic jack in a frame, that's all it is. Put a bit of pressure on that, there we go, that's holding that. I'm just going to bring it down to, there are marks on this where they've used it in the past, so I'm just using some of the marks that were on it. It'll definitely get there. Now the trick is getting the two kind of the same. And got about there, I would say. Yeah, one more. About there, because we're going to have a bit of spring back on this. Yeah, there you go. I don't think we're too far off of that. We'll offer that up to the other piece. The dent's not too bad in that one. Right, I'll get this apart. I don't think the bend is steep enough on that. You know what? It is. That'll do. That'll do, pig. Right. The shoe does like attaching itself to that. That one's not as dented as that one. Right, I'll just work out where the centre bend is, and this is where we can completely ruin it. You know what? I'm pretty happy with that. They're exactly the same length. I actually thought this one was going to be longer. I thought I'd bent it in the wrong place, but you know what? That's close enough, and that's going to do the job. I'm happy with that. I really am. Cool. Right. We need some bits on the truck now to attach it together with. Just a quick word before I carry on. I was going to weld them on, then I just realised there's a left and a right. You can actually weld them on the wrong side, and it's easily done. I'd laid them out on the floor, and they were both the cutouts at the front were all facing the same way. So yeah, you could end up with two rights or two lefts. So make sure you mark them as left and a right. So off camera, I took that piece of 6mm plate and I've cut it into coupons. So these are 100mm by 100mm, and these slot nicely into the outriggers on the truck. So the hole that I showed you that's in the outrigger already, I've marked, and I don't know if you can see that, because everything's wet because it's chucked it down, and I've just brought the truck in. There's water all over my workshop now. So there's a hole there, so that's going to line up with one side, and that's going to line up with the other. So that's drivers, this is passenger. So I drill that, bolt it on, then I'll drill straight through with a hand drill and bolt these on. And I'll do the same with the back, and that's where they're going to live for now. So when I offer the rock sliders up and put the two bars that are coming off that are going to hold it in place, I can offer them up to the metal, make sure everything touches in the right place, cut everything to fit, and just tack weld everything in place. And then take them back off, weld them up on the floor. I was going to say on the bench, but you can't get them on the bench, so it'll be on the floor. And I think I'm just going to drop them up and get them galvanized. It'll only take them a couple of days to get it galvanized, so I might have them back by Friday. It's only Monday today, so if I can get these finished for tomorrow, these can go for galvanizing. And my battery's about to go on my camera. Pedestal drills make everything easier. And so do brand new drill bits. Right, I can bolt them on and drill another hole, and they are done for the front. That's my driver's side one. So the plates are bolted on. I need to drill another hole there because I'm going to double up the bolts. I've already drilled the ones in the front, I'll show you them in a second. But the bar's one of the supporting bars will come off the back of that, along that plane, and whatever excess there is I'm just going to cut off. But it's always fun trying to get the outer rail in the right place on jack stands and doing the measuring and all the other bits. But it's not too bad. So what I normally do is weld that piece of bar on and offer the outer rail up to it and draw a line, cut it, and then weld it back on. But that'll be a tomorrow job because I haven't got enough of the 50x25 box. I actually need a lot more than I thought I did. So I'll go and grab some of that in the morning and carry on with this. But yeah, so there you go. Like I said, I've just doubled up all the holes. Forget about the funky angles, they all actually work into how these bars end up being welded on. So tomorrow we'll get that done. Now fitting this isn't that precise. I don't want the door to hit, which I think that could go up just a touch more, which I'm finding really hard to shim it at the moment. I'm running out of bits of wood and stuff to do this with. And it's just going to be fitted by, how well does that look? And if it looks right, you know what it is? It is right, and that wants to come in further back. So I want it lined up with this back edge. I might see if I've got a different set of jack stands that have got a slightly different height on them. Could do that with, I need like 10mm under there, really. And then I can measure the back pieces and cut them. Already looks better with some side steps on. These are going to look nicer than my old ones anyway. Right, change these jack stands out. That's kind of where I'm going with it. I think it needs to come out just a little bit more. But it doesn't stop me cutting the back bits now. I get a rough idea of the angles and everything. That looks so much better. Been better when they've been galvanized. That's pretty close, that's pretty much where I want that. I'll do some measuring and I'll cut some back pieces and see what these are going to look like. Right, what I'm trying to do, guys, is work out what the angle of this is going to be. So it's going to be a case of eyeballing it and guessing. Actually, that's not going to need too much off it. They both want about the same amount cutting off, and they want like a 10, I don't know if you can see that, but like a 10mm V or angle cutting it. I guess you'd call that a wedge, wouldn't you, really? But yeah, cut that, and I'm going to just tack these on. So I don't think they're going to be a million miles away, and this probably will just fall off when I try to tack it. I think they call this like craftsmanship when it's handmade. Well, they're going to call it something, aren't you? Now the important bit, making sure they look right before I do anything else. And I'm really happy with that position. I mean, that wing doesn't fit particularly well, that door doesn't fit particularly well, and the fiberglass body, well, doesn't fit particularly well. So it's all sort of in the eye of the beholder. It looks fine from 10 feet. So looks fine this side. Let's go under the truck and I'll show you what I've done. It's super simple. I know I do keep saying that these are rock sliders, but they're not really. They are side steps. They're not like super strong or anything like that. But right, let me get an angle so you can see what I've actually done. So the plate is bolted through the outrigger. There's going to be another bolt in that. I'm going to use 2 bolts, but I haven't drilled the hole yet. So yeah, so you've got that. Goes out on that, that's 25 by 50 mil, 3 mil wall box, and then that's where it touches and that's where it's going to get welded, and I've done exactly the same at this end. So I'm just going to tack weld that together now. So I'm just going to tack it there, and I'm going to tack it onto the sill. I can take it out and weld that. That one's done, then we can get the other one on. Right, I've just crawled underneath, put some tack welds on this. Is it going to stay there? Or am I going to break it getting it off? I'm going to need these for the other side. That fell off. It's always good. That's always a good sign. It's stuck. Right, get this off and do a full weld job on it now. And we'll do the same on the other side. That actually, I like it. The basics of a rock slider. So, I'm going to weld these up now, but I'm going to cut this piece off because we don't need it. And same with this piece. Drilled the extra 2 holes in each of them, so they actually line up now to where they're going to go on the sill. But, sorry, on the outrigger, not the sill. But yeah, I'm just going to weld all this together so it's solid. Now, that is all welded up now. And it gives you an idea of the weird angles that you have to deal with. So, that's why I did it the way I did, was just offering it up and tacking it. You couldn't guess those angles. It's the only way, well, it's the only way I know how to do it. But it's turned out well. I've made the nuts captive as well because I found they were really difficult to get off. So I just welded them on. So that can go on now and have the outer bit welded. Well, it bolts back on, that's a good thing. And the door doesn't catch. That's an even better thing. Might just want to put something on the inside to stop the mud flying up, but I have got a piece of channel I could weld on that. Think about that in a minute. Let's put the outer bar on. And you get one end, just going to get one end tacked. No, I'll get this front end tacked and then I'll make sure it's level. The door doesn't catch and all the other bit, but it matches in the back. That looks ace. I'm happy with that. Get the welder. Level. Maybe we're going to be about there. That's out anyway. That's about right. If it looks right, it is right. Just look at that Instagram weld. Right, I'm not showing you any more of them because the rest of them are crap. But that's looking pretty good. There you go, both of them are welded up. And funnily enough, they match. Which, considering they were built on the vehicle, is not bad going at all. They're pretty much identical. I think that corner is a little, that corner there is a little bit off, but not by much. But they fit each side of the vehicle. So they are going to go off for galvanizing now. So they'll be back in 2-3 days, something like that. You know that I said if it looks right, it is right. I've looked at these and they don't look right. There's a couple of things. One, I forgot to plug the ends. So I've left the ends of the tubes open. So I've got to cap them because it doesn't look right. And the other bit is this looks too long and unsupported. So I'm going to weld in a centerpiece. This one's actually a bit too long, it should slot inside, but I'm just going to weld a piece on the inside as well. Just to make that look less open, I guess, and give it a little bit of strength. If you do rub against it, you don't want to push the bar in. So that one fits this side. They're actually 3mm different. That's how close they were. They're 3mm different. So that one fits in there, it doesn't fit in that side. But I can live with 3mm. Nothing else on the truck's that close. Hi, Ted. See? Needy dog. Go away. So I'm just going to weld these up, plug these ends, drill a load of holes in them for the galvias. So I've got to drill holes in the bottom of the tube. Once I close this up, it'll have to have holes drilled in the bottom of that too, because they've got to have drain holes in them for when they're being galvied. But I'm just going to weld them up. I'll show you what they look like all plugged up and done. And just on a side note, I was looking at these ones as well on the side of the truck. I think I'm going to have to sand the paint off and put two in this, like one there and one there, so that they match. It's easy to do, just a case of sanding and then just repaint these rails and stuff. But yeah, that'll look better with a reinforcing piece in. That's much more aesthetically pleasing. I like that. They are all ready to go now. Jim's on his way down with the pickup and we'll take them all the way, but yeah, just that centre section just balances those up nicely. All the holes are drilled in for the galvanizing, so, and even some extra drain holes as well for yeah, just letting the water out when they're done. So right, as soon as Jim gets here, we'll get those loaded up and they'll be gone. Hey guys, I'm here to pick the Galvian up from Stoke Galvias. Just take you over and have a quick look at it before I load it into the van. All done, all sorted. I've just picked my rock sliders up, guys, from the Galvias, as you've just seen, and they look amazing. I've just got to re-tap all the bolts. They're just an M10. I can't speak. An M10 tap. Just run that through those just to clean the threads up. Hello, Ted. And it's just started to rain on me, which is great, isn't it, Ted? So I'll get a tap run through these. I'll try to get them hung on the truck before this absolutely foul weather out here gets even worse. It's blowing a gale and started to rain. So I want to get these on, see what they look like. They've actually come out really well. I'm really happy with them. Right, let's get a tap. In our usual fashion, we're going to end up doing this on the floor. There is one thing about doing the threads on these after they've been galvied. They're really easy to clean because galvi's really soft. So, is that one plugged completely? Oh no, that's just, yeah, there's a lot of galvi in these. Even with a taper tap, they can be a bit of a pain to restart, but once you start them, they're dead easy. Wow, there's a lot of galvi in that one. I may be sometime doing these, actually. I may just eat my words that Now that's started, there we go. I could be brutal and put it in an impact, couldn't I? Maybe some time doing these. I think a splash of oil wouldn't go amiss. Oh yeah, there is a lot of galv. Right, a splash of oil. The galv does want to clog the bit up, the tap up, so a bit of oil does help. I am really tempted to put this on an impact, just hammer them in. Oh no, it's got to, there we go. Sweet, right, only another 7 to go. That's all the threads tapped in these, so now I've just got to work out how to put them on. Now you're going to help me, Ted, because they don't want to balance on the axle stands, they want to fall over, so I'm hoping Lloyd's going to come and give me a hand in a minute, and Ted wants to sit on the creeper. Give me your ball. Right, we'll see if we can get a hand, because we're not going to do this on our own. That moves. Well, it does look like that I've just managed to start the back bolt on my own, so if I've got one in, I might be able to get another one in. Damn, that one should have had a washer on it. Sod's law, isn't it? You get one started and it's the one that should have had a washer. I will say that tapping out them threads has made it nice to put them on anyway. Right, can I get in under here without this falling on me? Not if I knock the axle stand over. Even in this position I've managed to get 2 started. Right. We are 3 for 3. wouldn't recommend trying and do this on your own, guys. This is not easy. No way. 4 for 4. Right, that wants to sit there. Right, we can start tightening these up. I can't believe how easy they actually went on, actually. I should have bought a ratchet really, shouldn't I? Would have been quicker. I will need a ratchet for the front one because these are only 13. I had to get a smaller headed bolt to go in this corner, but that works just fine. Rock and roll, baby. Look at that. It's like I made these to fit. Can't believe it. They're all on in this gale force winds that we've got. That was way, that nearly blew the camera over, guys. So both sides are on. I think they look really good, and I like the contrast of the silver against the black, and the black rubber bars at the back and the silver ones at the bottom, with having a silver canopy on the back and a black cab. I like that contrast. I think it looks good. So they're just going to get left as they are. And a quick look from a distance. I guess the side profile. I'm so pleased. That truck looks amazing. So there you have it, guys. Building custom rock sliders for your Overlander. It's not that hard really. All you need is a fully equipped workshop, benders, welders, you're sorted. But really, if you've enjoyed this video, make sure to give me a thumbs up, leave a comment below, and if it's your first time here, subscribe for new content. See you later, guys. So there.